me, I was just trying to be proactive, trying to stay on top of my gut health. I know I don't have the best stomach in the world. So, but I was being so proactive, I was missing key signs. And the other thing was is that when you don't think you have a problem, you're not going to really notice the other ones that are coming from it. One of which was like, I was pale. I didn't even know
Yeah.
how pale I was looking. And,
Yeah.
I look back at some of our videos now and I go, wow, man, like what a sign that I just didn't even know. But the other part was there was no pain. I wasn't having bad bowel movement. I wasn't having any sort of issues that were coming up saying like, hey, you got a big gut problem because I have had diverticulitis flare up. I've had IBS flare up. And, the biggest thing that was blowing my mind about it was like, whoa, when this kicked on, I mean, it was overnight. It was not, hey, like we're gonna wait, you have an infection and you slowly get sick. It was like the moment the infection got to its peak where it was like, you need help now. It was instantaneous. I knew what was going on. I knew to call my wife and be like, take me to the hospital. And yes, I was a big baby the whole way.
Yeah.
But in reality, I was also told in that ER that like, thank God you are a person that you are because for one, they get in people who treat themselves terribly. They don't
Hmm.
take care of themselves. They don't do the right thing daily on their routines and or how they eat. So for them, it was kind of shocking to see someone of my build and stature in the ER with so much pain. But I was told right away, you were so lucky and you're so smart because of the fact that you were able to catch this right when it got to the implemental moment of like, hey, this is going the wrong way,
Right.
is right when I caught it. If I would have waited, and just ignored it, or had I not been doing the right thing with dieting, because, I do a lot of work when it comes to, okay, what am I putting in my body? How am I putting it in? What time of day? How many times a day? If I wasn't on top of those things, I never would have known. They said there's a lot of times if it bursts the other way, because it is an abscess, it's a pus-filled like little sac in your stomach. They said if I would have gone the other way and it would have closed off on the side of the like diverticula and then burst the opposite way because your body's going to choose one way or the other, that I would have gone septic. I could have died. I could have had a heart attack. Like those things are really, really scary.
Hmm.
So I'm thankful that I am a fitness guy and that I like to go and research these things down to the bone because for years I didn't have a flare up. For years I didn't have any issues because I am hyper strict on my diet.